Well, good evening. Welcome to High School Sports. Tonight we feature the Johnstown versus Gloversville high school football game from this year. This is a CMS Broadcasting Company production. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hopefully everyone had a great day today. Eating turkey. Now they're all sitting around watching our holiday specials. Tonight's Gloversville-Johnstown football game is brought to you by CJ's Electrical Supply in Gloversville, the Burton Insurance Agency of Gloversville, and of course, Gloversville Federal Savings. We'll be right back.
WGLB Sports. My name is Aaron Mraz, and I'm here with Bill Bellinger. Tonight we're here at Husky Field in Gloversville, where we're at the 70th annual Johnstown Gloversville football game, and tonight's game should be pretty exciting, Bill. I think you got some stats and some information.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of history involved here, a lot of pageantry, and it's just a one-of-a-kind thing in upstate New York, and I'm proud to have been part of it. I played freshman football for Johnstown and before moving down to Fonda, but starting in 1966, I can remember pretty much all the games, and there's been some heartbreaks, there's been some upsets, there's been some real surprises throughout the history of this series, and it is the 70th. It's one of the longest rivalries in upstate New York, and it's probably the biggest game probably in Section 2 as far as a rivalry goes. And so I just wanted to start this thing off just by, we got a little time here, I just wanted to go over a little bit of the history, my own personal recollections of the rivalry between Johnstown and Gloversville. What I remember is back to about 1966. Nick DeLilly scored on a 15-yard sweep that year to give Gloversville the victory. And I remember after that game there was a big hullabaloo because Johnstown had films that showed that Nick DeLilly stepped out of bounds on that sweep. So
no instant replay there.
Right. So that was one of my first recollections of the series. And then 68, Johnstown won by the score of 21-6. It was the first Johnstown team to go undefeated. And I remember I was I think an 8th grader that year. And after the game, everybody lined up and made a parade. We went all through the city of Johnstown parading, chanting, "We're number one." So I remember that vividly. And that was the first undefeated Johnstown high school team, 1968. And then in 69, there was a game in Gloversville at Husky Field. And I remember that as the Mud Bowl or whatever. It had rained all night, and I remember standing in probably, well, all according to where you stood, 6 inches to a foot of mud on the sideline there. And in that game, Johnstown took a 13-0 lead, and Gloversville came back to win that one. I remember Joe Hall and Jim Mathias were the stars then for Gloversville, and they came back and won that 21-13. There was all kind of, during the game and after the game, there was all kinds of fights in the stands and everything. That was one of the high points, I think, of the rivalry. And one of the best games in the rivalry, in the history. But it was a great comeback by Gloversville that year. Then in 71, Joe Wagger was just a junior, and he ran for 177 yards against Gloversville. And Gloversville had a real off year that year, and they went 0-6-1. And Johnstown won that game 20-2. And then the next game, or the next year, Joe Wagger was a senior. He came back again with 167 yards rushing, and he went over 1,000 yards that year. I think he was the first runner from Johnstown to hit 1,000 yards, and Joe went on to American University, and I had the pleasure to play freshman ball with him. So those were a couple great years for Johnstown. And then I remember in 76 at Knox Field under the lights, Kenny Nethaway ran for 100 yards. I remember him breaking up through the middle, carrying 2 or 3 players on his back. He was a real workhorse in that game in '76. And that was also Bob Gould's first win against Johnstown, 13-8. And 1977 was the first game at Park Terrace where we are tonight. 1980, it was Barry Clausen's first game coaching against Gloversville. And that was a Gloversville High School win, 40-0. And Greg Christodoulou had a great game. I remember that. Number 8, Greg Christodoulou, he passed for 2 touchdowns and also ran for 2 in the 40-0 win. And then 1984 or 1986, well, actually the year of the run and shoot offense came into being with, that was Tom Chacio's first year as quarterback of Gloversville. And he had a great game in '86. He was 17 for 27, 199 yards. Mike Degnan ran for 154 yards on 4 carries. And big win for Gloversville in that game. And that was also the first game that WGLV carried. So our history started in 1986 of covering the Johnstown-Gloversville rivalry. And then 1987, Husky Field. First half, as Mike O'Neill would say, it was a great night for a game. But the second half, when we came back on, all of a sudden the field was completely white. Halftime, snow covered the field, and the field was completely white. And that was Tommy Chacio's senior year. He threw for 218 yards. Degnan ran for 242 yards. Right there's almost 500 yards of offense between the two of them. And Gloversville, with a really awesome team and an awesome offense, won that game by the score of 32-16. And they also won the sectionals championships and went undefeated for the year, 10-0. Really one of the high points in Gloversville history. And they beat Hudson, I believe, in the sectionals that year. And then 1988, Johnstown came back with their version of the run and shoot with Matt Swedick. He had a really great season, and leading up to that game, he was right on the tail of Tom Chacio's records. And in that game, Gloversville really figured him out. They intercepted him 6 times, and it was a great defensive struggle in that game. But Johnstown did, with a third-quarter touchdown, Johnstown pulled it out 7-0 in that game. They went on to beat Hudson again, and same as Gloversville had done the year before in the sectionals, and they capped off a fine 9-1 year. And then 1989, Johnstown won 21-6, and they went 10-0 that year, probably the high point of their history, one of the high points anyway, with Matt Swedick in his senior year setting all kinds of records and becoming the top passer in New York State. And then last year, Johnstown won their 3rd straight, 20-7, and that was a game that was postponed from Saturday to Sunday afternoon, and it was freezing cold. I remember the snow was coming down, and once again, Mike O'Neill was there saying, what a great day for a game.
So it seemed like every time he was there was snow along with it. And I gotta say, that was my debut, so to say, is that last year's Gloversville-Johnstown game. And I guess late in November here, we get into November, we gotta expect some snow. And I know there's been some cold games, some wet, like you were saying, snow, a variety of things. And
I think we're fortunate tonight, Aaron. It's cold out. I know I checked the thermometer when I left the house, and we were in the mid-30s then. I expect it probably to go down maybe to 20 degrees. But the weather, the precipitation, there's not much chance for it tonight, so I'm really happy to hear that. And there's not really much wind, so it doesn't really feel that cold. And I'll tell you, once the guys get down on the field and get warmed up, they forget about it.
You know, coming into this game, it's regardless of what the records are, anything can happen. A team could be winless and come into this game, and it's just a big game for both teams. They really get geared up, and they're ready and psyched to play. So teams are down on the field now warming up, and like you said, Bill, they get down there, the adrenaline is flowing, and I'm sure they don't feel the cold at all.
Well, it's an old cliche. They say throw the records out, but I heard a remark one of the coaches made. You don't even have to motivate the players for this game. It just takes care of itself. It's such a great rivalry, and lots of years this game has met the difference, say, in a conference championship or something. This year, it doesn't really figure in any championship. Both Gloversville and Johnstown were second in their division. They both had successful seasons. I would think both coaching staffs are probably happy with their success, although a little disappointed that they just missed the championships. Johnstown, I know, beat their division champion 20-6, and so I'm sure they feel that they really deserve the championship.
Well, I think this is the first year of the new breakup of the league. They restructured the league this year, so both Gloversville and Johnstown in different divisions. So this is kind of like a non-league type to them.
Yeah, it's a crossover between the two. So it doesn't really figure at all towards the standings in their own divisions, but that doesn't really mean anything in this game.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Well, I think that we're getting near the start of the game here, and we hope you stay with us here as we're going to bring you the 70th anniversary here of the Gloversville-Johnstown football game. We're at Husky Field in Gloversville. Aaron Mraz with Bill Bellinger here, and we're going to be back for the kickoff here shortly, so stay tuned.
We would like to welcome you to the Burton Insurance Agency, 23 West Fulton Street in Gloversville. Established in 1890, the Burton Agency offers to Fulton County service that only Bob and Jeff can provide. Concern for your well-being and safety is the feeling you get when you walk in the door. They have all forms of insurance and pride themselves on prompt claim service. It's the only way they do business. Call or stop and find out. That's the Burton Insurance Agency, 23 West Fulton Street, Gloversville. Or give them a call at 725-1016. GFS stands for Gloversville Federal Savings. It could stand for Good Financial Sense. Gloversville Federal Savings have been serving Fulton County residents for many years as your savings specialist. Stop in today or call about a Now checking account. That's Gloversville Federal Savings, 52 North Main Street, Gloversville. This is Charlie from CJ's Electrical Supply at 117 West Fulton Street in Gloversville. They have everything for your electrical needs, from light bulbs for the home to supplies for the residential, commercial, and industrial electrician. If they don't have it, Charlie knows where to get it and at a price that you can afford. Do you need a new light fixture for your home improvements? Stop today at CJ's Electrical Supply. Now also supplied by the Kraus-Heinz Distribution Equipment Company. It's Fulton County's electrical supply store. See Don, Rick, Charlie, and the folks at CJ's Electrical Supply Store, 117 West Fulton Street in Gloversville.
Here in Gloversville, as we get ready, both teams are ready to go, and now we're getting the coin toss in the center of the field as we'll wait for the officials to toss and make the call. Out for Gloversville, number 24, and that's Sean Flynn. Number 21, John Coombs. 22, Brad Dunlap. Gloversville will win the toss and will receive to start the game. So Gloversville, taking early advantage, will get the ball first and try to get on the scoreboard early, putting the pressure on this Johnstown Sturbill defense.
once again, as we've had to apologize before during some other telecasts and some Colonial games, we're shooting off the shoulder, not off a tripod.
It is tight quarters up here.
There's a crowd up here in the booth. I guess we're lucky to have a space here, but we're going to do our best to bring you the 70th inner city game between Johnstown Serville and the Gloversville Huskies.
Hey, as Johnstown comes on the field, they will be kicking it off. Kicking off for the Johnstown Servilles will be number 86, Mark Wilson. Number 20, Tom Pavlik. 24, Sean Flynn. And number 8, Jose Perez are back to receive for Gloversville. And the game is underway as it's a short kick. It'll be taken at the 28-yard line. The ball is loose. As number 20, Tom Pavlik, lost the handle. The ball was loose. And he will start with the ball at the 31-yard line for Gloversville as they'll take over there. As they were keeping the ball away from the speedster, Jose Perez. So 1st and 10 for Gloversville, ball at the 31-yard line. Chad Vaughn calling the signals as Perez goes in motion. Vaughn's going to roll to the right. He'll air it up right away. The ball is tipped and will be caught. Rich Ohout with the catch as he bobbled the ball, but good concentration as he come up with the catch.
Middle linebacker right there. Oh yeah, Aaron, you got to really say that was real great concentration, being that you knew there was 2 or 3 Johnstown defenders right there, and he bobbled it for quite a while before he pulled it in.
Gain of about 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Vaughn straight back as he's going to keep it this way. He's going to take it straight up the middle as he'll cross the 45, and he'll be wrestled down at the 50-yard line by number 84, Tim Corbett of Johnstown. So Huskies on the move early here as they get into Serville territory. Ball spotted at the Johnstown 49-yard line. Gloversville, in their version of a run and shoot, they'll put 4 wideouts. 2 wide, 2 in the slot. Vaughn again draft. He's going to throw this one to the middle to Perez. Perez is open. He'll catch it at the 20, and he's going to race it in for the touchdown. Gloversville, touchdown. 10:23 on the clock in the first quarter. Gloversville on top. 3rd play of the game. Gloversville striking early. And that's a patent play that Gloversville has with Perez racing to the left side of the field. We've seen him earlier in the year, and he's got a lot of speed, and he just blows by the secondary of Johnstown.
As soon as he got behind the Johnstown corner, the ball was right there. Beautiful pass by Vaughn, and there's no catching him then.
Ligon will attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. As the Gloversville Husky with 10:23 in the first quarter goes on top, 7-0. So now Serville will see if they can answer that as Gloversville with a big strike, 3 plays, and in the end zone.
Well, it sure didn't take long. There's only a minute and 37 seconds elapsed on that drive.
Well, we've seen Gloversville earlier in the year, and they can put the points on the board. They got a quick team. They run that run and shoot, and it doesn't take them long to put points on the board.
Yeah, very explosive offense. Gloversville's got over 1,200 yards in the air this year. And I believe that was his 10th touchdown pass of the year.
Giuliano will kick off for Gloversville. Abdullah is back to receive for Johnstown. Also, John Coombs. Kick will be taken by Abdullah at the 20 as he'll take it straight up the middle, looking for his blockers as he'll push across to about the 40-yard line as they'll pile up there. And Johnstown will start in good field position.
I think the statistics are a little misleading. On Johnstown's side, they were outscored this year by 60 points by their opponents, but they did come on strong the last 3 or 4 games, and they've made a lot of advancements this year. It's a young team.
So 1st and 10 from the 41 as Dunlap's going to roll out to the left. He'll throw it in. Pass complete to number 32, Chad Courts, as he's ahead for a short gain. Gain of about 4 for Johnstown. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6.
National Guard, please report to the announcer's booth. Sergeant Ron Travis, Army National Guard.
Coons in the setback. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Dunlap will roll to the right this time. He's under heavy pressure. He'll throw it. Ball is completed to number 12, Bob Abdullah, as he's hit right away as he's tied up. Like number... Like Leon was in on that tackle along with number 20, Tom Pavlik. That'll bring up a 3rd down and looks like a long one.
It was a nice pass by Dunlap. Legon was all over his back, and he still managed to get it in there.
Dunlap's going to keep it as he'll do the quarterback sneak. He'll be pushed ahead for the 1st down as the Johnstown picks up their 1st down in their first drive of the ball game.
I noticed looking over the roster, something that's characteristic of the Johnstown team. They do have a few big offensive linemen, but for the most part, they're small and quick again, just like through all the years.
Dunlap is going to pitch this one to the outside to number 81, Gerald Austin, as he'll be hit for a short gain. Tackled by Aaron Legon. The ball will be spotted at about the 43-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for Johnstown. Dunlap and Coombs are the captains of this Johnstown squad. As Dunlap will roll to the right. He still has it. He's going to air this one out. The ball will be... We'll have to wait for the call. It looks like it's going to be intercepted by Gloversville. Number 20, Tom Pavlik, with the interception, as Dunlap kind of threw that one into traffic, and Pavlik with good defensive position coming up with the interception, and he held on that ball, and he took a shot, and we kind of had to wait to see if he did hang on it, and he did.
Yeah, there was a prayer there, and there was all kinds of coverage all over on that play, and there wasn't much chance. He was just hoping there.
Okay, Gloversville will take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Vaughn rolling to the right. He'll throw this one in a flat to number 1 of Gloversville, Anthony Landrio. He's hit right away. He's brought down by Bob Abdullah, number 12 of Johnstown, as it'll pick up a loss on the play, a loss of about 2 for Gloversville. Good read by Abdullah as he made a nice open field tackle there on Landrio. 2nd down and 12 now for Gloversville. Vaughn's going to make a pitch to Perez. Perez straight ahead as he'll be wrapped up at about the 39-yard line. That's the excitement that run and shoot can bring to the football game.
It's a wide open offense. You can expect just about anything from that. Made it look like a rollout pass and just shuffled it right in. And nice gain.
Yep. Picked up about 7. It'll be 3rd down, about 5 for the 1st down. Vaughn, He'll fake the handoff. He'll be in for under heavy pressure. He's going to throw this one out. The ball is a little underthrown and will be intercepted by Johnstown. Couldn't pick out who that interception was by, but Johnstown with, again, good defensive pressure on the quarterback, airing it out. Good defense in the secondary, able to pick it off. I guess you can say that's about as good as a punt for Gloversville, as they just inside the 20-yard line, Johnstown is.
That was very good coverage. Again, we didn't catch the number. Very good coverage by the Johnstown quarterback. He was, I guess you'd say he was all over him like a cheap suit.
Well, the call was an illegal forward pass by Gloversville. It must have been over the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be declined. And Johnstown will take over just inside their own 20-yard line. We've had a couple of big turnovers here early in the game. 6:10 on the clock in the first quarter. Gloversville on top, 7-0.
Attack the bubble, Tommy.
Johnstown showing 3 wideouts to the left. They'll hand it straight up the middle. Ball carried by Coons. Coons muscles ahead across the 25-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play.
Really going here, the middle seems a little vulnerable for Gloversville.
They've had a couple runs up the middle that they've been successful on. Second down and about 4 now. 4 to Johnstown Sir Bills. Again, straight up the middle to Coons. Coons will be wrapped up short of the first down.
Okay, be an interesting call. It's another 3rd and 1. The last time Dunlap took it right up the middle for the first down.
I'm sure they'll be keying in on him this time.
And they got a linebacker right there in the hole this time.
And that's what they're going to try again, and it looks like he's out across the 30-yard line. Good enough for the first down, as Dunlap just takes it over the top of him for the first down. Okay, ball spotted at the Johnstown 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Sir Bills. Abdella goes in motion for Johnstown. Johnstown tries to run the counter play. Ball handed up to number 33, Jimmy Ward, as he's tied up just as he gets over the line of scrimmage.
There's a small gain, but I see there's a flag down. We'll wait and see what that is.
And we got a holding call against Johnstown, yeah? So they will push him back.
Ball is served by number 33, Jim Ward.
Both teams through the year have been quite successful with the pass. But so far, Gloversville showed a lot more pass than Johnstown so far in the game. Johnstown's been grinding it out up the middle, but now with a 1st and 20, you might see them go to the air a little bit more.
Okay, 1st down and long now for Johnstown. Again, Abdella in motion. Dunlap fakes it. He's going to roll out this time. He'll throw it out in the flat. Abdella wide open as he's going to take it down the left side. And he fights for as much yardage as he can. And the clock will stop as he crosses the 50-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, on that play, they faked the counter that they had run the previous play, the same exact move. And I think besides faking out the cameraman, they also faked out the Johnstown or Gloversville defense. The receiver is wide open.
Good fake by Dunlap as he concealed the ball well, and Abdallah wide open. 1st and 10 now for Johnstown as they climb back into Gloversville territory. Ball pitched to number 81 at Johnstown as he's hit right away. Gerald Austin of Johnstown. He'll pick up a short gain.
Brought down by number 20, Tom Pavlin. Second down.
Gain of about 3, a short 3. It's 2nd down and 7 for Johnstown. Johnstown showing a good mixture of plays so far, keeping this Husky defense intact, really. They can't key in on anything as of yet. 2 wide outs.
Only got 2 down linemen right here on this.
Dunlap, he'll roll to the left as he sees an opening, and he's going to keep it. He'll throw this one across the middle to Abdallah as it's tipped, and it'll be caught by number 23 of Johnstown, Dan Ruggieri. Pass intended for Abdallah as it went through his hands, and Ruggieri right there.
He was in the right place at the right time for that. And almost like a birthday present.
That was a nice play by Dunlap as he looked like he was going to start to run, and then he just started rolling out along the line of scrimmage, and he pulled the defense in, and it opened up Abdallah. Okay, 1st and 10 now. Ball at the 32, handed off straight up the middle to Coons as he'll get across the 30-yard line. Good drive so far for Johnstown. This drive started inside their own 20. Gain of 3 for Coons on that one. It'll be a 2nd down and 7 for the Sir Bills. 3 wide outs now to the right, left, 1 to the right. Dunlap, he'll roll out to his left this time. He finds himself under heavy pressure. Good blocking by the Johnstown defense. He's going to air this one out to a wide open number 23, and Dan Ruggieri as the ball thrown slightly behind him, and he could not hold on to it.
Nice hit, loosened up the ball there. It was in his hands.
Yep.
Good defensive play.
Dunlap showing some good mobility in the backfield there as he's eluded several tackles so far.
Come on, big down here. Let's go. Watch the counter. Watch the counter.
Abdallah in motion. Ball. Fake, another fake handoff up the middle. Again, they're going to throw it out to Abdallah. Abdallah wide open, and he'll take it close to the 15-yard line. Good enough for a 1st down, and Johnstown again running that fake counter play, throwing out to the wide open Abdallah in the flat as he takes it ahead for a 1st down.
The whole key to that, Aaron, has been Johnstown's been able to get 3-4 yards at a clip on the run, and the motion or the fake handoff there has really got Gloversville miffed. They're chasing the pursuit.
Ball this time handed straight up the middle to number 81, Gerald Austin, as he's wrapped up right away. As he'll pick up a gain of about 2.5 on the play. Not quite 3 yards.
34, Aaron Ligon. Second down.
2nd down and a long 7 for Johnstown. Dunlap taking the snap. He'll roll to the right. He'll look to keep it this time. Runs into those man. He'll drop the ball and he'll cover it up. As it'll be a loss on the play as he ran right into his own man and lost control of the ball.
By number 44,
Right as he tried to elude his own blocker there, the ball popped loose. Big play for Gloversville. Actually, they didn't actually touch him, but it was still a big play, bringing up a 3rd and long 14.
Third and long for Johnstown. They'll fake it. Ball's thrown out in the flat. So almost picked off by Gloversville, but it'll fall incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th down for Johnstown.
Well, that was the play action to the other side that time, and it was actually a poorly thrown pass way behind the receiver.
Listen, you got to tell Page he's got to come upfield with that contain until he gets the ball back. Then you can squeeze the ball.
So a big defensive play here by Gloversville late in the first quarter. 21 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Come on, good rush now, good rush.
Away from the motion.
4th and 14 for the Sir Bills. Dunlap taking the snap. He'll roll to the left. He'll find himself open. He's going to throw back across the game. Grain as the ball's almost picked up, but it'll be dropped. Incomplete. And Gloversville will take over on downs. Is Dunlap rolling out to the left. He tried to throw back across the green.
13 seconds remaining in the first period of play.
Smart play by Gloversville, not even catching that one, because they give him a little better yardage bringing the ball back out for him.
Right, they would have lost probably about 10 yards if it wasn't intercepted. So a nice drive by Johnstown, but when it came down to it, Gloversville, nice stand inside the 20.
Gloversville, 1st and 10 as Vaughn's going to roll out. Again, this time he's going to keep it, run up the right side of the field. He has another man to beat as he just gets tied up by the ankle. By number 12, Bob Abdallah, bringing him down as he tied him up around the ankles. As that will end our first quarter of play here at Husky Field in Gloversville, with Gloversville on top of Johnstown Sir Bills 7-0, and we'll take a timeout and be back for second quarter action. Okay, as we get ready here, second quarter action at Husky Field in Gloversville, 7-0, Gloversville on top. It'll be a second down and about 3 for Gloversville. Vaughn dropping straight back again. He's going to try to keep it this time as he'll be tied up short of the first down. Good defense by Johnstown as they were able to tie him up. That'll bring up a 3rd down for Gloversville. The secondary of Johnstown starting to cover the men good because Vaughn having a little trouble finding an open receiver downfield.
And where Johnstown's been running the ball and it's been opening up the pass, Gloversville's having some problem getting receivers open because they haven't really established a running game.
So that'll bring a 3rd down and a 3 for Gloversville. Perez will go in motion. Vaughn will hand it straight up the middle to Giuliano. Giuliano will be ahead for the first down.
By number 11,
Well, I think there's a case there, the pass opening up the run.
Yep. Keying in on that pass play, and they were able to put it to Giuliano as he took it up the middle on a slant. Good enough for the first down. It'll be spotted at the 33, 1st and 10 for Gloversville. Gloversville with 2 wideouts, Perez in motion. Vaughn's going to try to throw the screen. The pass will be caught by number 34 of Gloversville. Aaron Ligon with the reception is a nice screen setup. The ball tipped by a Johnstown defender, but not enough as good concentration by Ligon to make that catch.
And a good effort after the catch to gain positive yardage on it.
Gain of about 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Gloversville. Vaughn, heel shot right down the middle. Pass intended for Perez. The ball will be caught at the 45-yard line.
Beautiful crossing pattern there by Perez. And that was about a 20-yard gain. Ball right on the money.
Dunlap with the tackle for Johnstown as he made a saving tackle because once Perez will break it open, you're not going to catch him. First and 10 is now Gloversville back into Johnstown territory at the 45 of Johnstown. Ball handed to Ligon straight up the middle. Ligon with lots of running room as he'll be close to another first down for Gloversville.
Brought down by number 22, Dunlap.
Nice hold there for Ligon. The offensive line really on this drive has opened up some nice holes.
This could be trouble for that Johnstown defense if they start mixing it up, Gloversville. That was good enough for a first down, so it'll be 1st and 10 again for Gloversville. There's a flag on the play. Vaughn completes to Ligon. Ligon straight ahead as he'll break through the tackles. He'll take it in. Touchdown for Everett Ligon, but there is a flag down on the field. And it looked like Ligon jumped the gun a little bit in the backfield. Nice move by Ligon as he broke through the tackles. Big man, a tough man to bring down. You can't be tackling with your arms, but they'll bring it back.
Well, this is another one of those big penalties. It could be one of those infamous plays that go down in the history of the Johnstown-Gloversville rivalry if it has a big outcome on the game.
You can see just before the snap, Ligon taking a little step forward, bringing on the flag, so they'll bring it back, spotted at the 39-yard line, and Gloversville will try it again. 1st and 15 now for the Huskies. Landrio will go in motion to the left. Handoff straight up the middle to Ligon. Ligon will pick up about 6 on the play.
21, John Coon.
He gets 5. It'll be 2nd down and 10 now for Gloversville. .8:53 mark here, 2nd quarter. Gloversville on top, 7-0. Gloversville on the move again now. 2nd and 10 at the Johnstown 35-yard line. Vaughn will bring it back as he'll roll out to the left. He'll get this one into Perez. The ball's thrown. It'll be caught by Perez. It's going to be taken out of bounds. Perez again getting into that secondary as he'll be taken out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Getting into the secondary of Johnstown as he got back of the defender. Defender never saw the ball coming. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line of Johnstown. Gloversville on the move. Perez will go in motion. Ligon will take it straight up the middle. He'll pick up a short gain of 2 on the play.
Brought down by number 52, Howard Smith.
Smith with the tackle for Johnstown.
2nd down, Huskies.
Ball's marked right on the 10-yard line, and they can get a first down. They have to get inside the 3 for the first down.
And Vaughn checking the defense out. He'll take the snap. He'll fake the handoff. He'll roll out to the right. He has one man to beat us. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to try to take it in. It'll be touchdown, Gloversville. As Vaughn will take it in himself, as he will keep it and fly. It's a good defensive hit, but he'll take it in.
So just a little bit of hesitation there, and he made up his mind. He says, I'm going to go for it. This is the Johnstown-Gloversville game, and what an effort. He dove for the end zone, and he was in.
As Ligon will attempt the extra point. Snap is taken, the kick is up, and it's good. So Gloversville with 7:52 on the clock in the 2nd quarter goes on top of the Johnstown Serville 14-0.
Another real impressive drive there, Aaron, by Gloversville. They mixed it up this time. A couple nice runs in there. They opened it up. The receivers have been getting open, and they didn't really do anything wrong. I'm sure Ligon feels better about that after the penalty that nullified the touchdown, and they grounded out and they got it in. So they're up by the score of 14-0.
Good drive as they drove from the 20-yard line after they held Johnstown, after Johnstown drove the length of the field. And Gloversville able to turn it around and bring it back to the other end.
Number 81, Joe Giuliano.
Giuliano will kick off for Gloversville. Abdella and Coons back to receive for Johnstown. They'll kick a squibber, and this one will go out of bounds. They're going to bring it back and make them kick it again. They'll kick this one 5 yards deeper.
5-yard penalty against the Huskies.
It's fortunate for Johnstown that ball went out of bounds. That's a free ball.
Well, that was a nice kick. They were making it kind of hard to handle for Johnstown, and it was real effective until it went out of bounds.
So Giuliano will kick it again, this time from the 35-yard line. Dylan Coons still back for the Sir Bills. Again, it looks like they're going to just make this another squib kick, making it tough for Johnstown to handle. And you can see the ball just kind of sitting on its side on the stand. As the ball hits the front men, but it'll be covered up by Johnstown at the 44-yard line, as that's where they'll take it over.
Well, that wasn't quite as effective as the first one. The ball being knocked down and alertly recovered by Johnstown. They've got excellent field position now on the 45-yard line.
Okay, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Johnstown at the 45-yard line, as they've had good field position in the game.
What's the counter?
Dunlap will hand off inside to Abdella. Abdella will spin to the outside as he'll be knocked down short of the first down. A pickup of about 8 on the play.
Brought down by Giuliano.
Nice little counter play by Johnstown.
Second down.
Well, it's 2nd and short. A lot of things you can do here in this situation with this offense. And they're in Gloversville territory now.
Johnstown really not showing any deep patterns so far. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for Johnstown. Dunlap takes it, hands it straight up the middle. It'll be a 1st down for Johnstown. Ball is carried by number 81 of Johnstown, Gerald Austin, for the 1st down as they'll move the markers.
Johnstown hasn't had any difficulty moving the ball. It's just Gloversville's been able to finish off the drives, and Johnstown hasn't.
So clock hit the 6:40 mark, 2nd quarter. Abdella goes in motion. Dunlap drops back. He's got good protection. He'll throw this one, pass intended for Abdella, and it'll be knocked incomplete. Dunlap with time to throw that time.
Good coverage again by the Gloversville secondary. That's in the same area that was open a few times there in the 1st quarter, and they made some adjustments and were able to cover it.
That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Sir Bills. Dunlap, he's going to get it. He's under heavy pressure. He's going to roll out to the left this time. He's going to throw this one and possibly caught by Abdella. As it's called completed pass, but nice catch by Abdella on the sideline, and a good throw by Dunlap as he was able to keep his feet in bounds to make the catch. Well, that was a perfect pass by Dunlap, thrown to the outside, and
oh, beautiful play, beautiful.
Nobody could have touched that but Abdella, and he kept his
good
feet in.
pass, and the receiver knew where he was, and just barely in bounds, but he was in bounds.
Good enough for a 1st down for the Sir Bills, as again they're on the move. As Abdella's going to take it on the counter play, they're going to wrap him up for a loss.
Got by Sean Flynn.
didn't fool Gloversville defense on that one.
Well, that's the same counter play they've been running the whole game, and Gloversville's adjusted to that now.
Loss of about a half a yard. Second down for Johnstown.
Okay, looks like a pass
showing
this
3
time.
wideouts to the right. Dunlap will pump it. This time under heavy pressure. He'll throw it. Pass completed by Coons. Coons cuts to the inside as the ball is loose. As we'll wait for the officials to sort this out. It looks like they're going to point for Gloversville's direction as the ball popped loose, popped away from Coons as he was hit. And another tough play for Johnstown as they'll turn the ball over to the Huskies.
Mistakes, and that's what's been the offense for Johnstown so far. They've moved the ball and they've stopped themselves.
So we'll see if Gloversville can put on another march as they'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Landrio goes in motion. Vaughn will hand off to Ligon. He'll take it straight ahead as he'll spin himself for a gain of about 8. Ligon finding big holes there in the line as the Gloversville offensive line is really doing a great job there.
5 minutes remaining in the first.
Yeah, they're really mixing it up, and they can make a long night for Johnstown because Gloversville's been able to do just about anything they want.
Second down and 3 for Gloversville. Vaughn again will fake the handoff this time as he's under heavy pressure. Wide open is Landrio as he'll be good enough for the first down as he'll dive out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 41. That's good enough for the first down. Landrio wide open on the play.
Another play-action pass. Nice fake once again, and he was wide open. They take a little at a time, and then boom, a long one.
This time Giuliano in motion to the left. Vaughn's going to pitch it back to Ligon. Ligon's going to cut it to the outside as he'll be tied up right at the line of scrimmage.
Abdella in on the stop, along with number 86, Wilson. Ball carried by Ligon.
He'll pick up of about 1 there.
And we're down close to 4 minutes left in the first half.
Second down and 9 for Gloversville. Under 4 minutes here. Vaughn straight out across the middle. It'll be intercepted by Johnstown. Number 11, Han Litz, will come up with the interceptions. That ball was underthrown, and I don't think Vaughn ever saw him as he was standing right there.
No, he threw it right in his hands. The receiver was about 3 or 4 yards behind him, but he never saw him, and that Litz was one of the top defensive players on Johnstown. Linebacker, and he's second on the team in tackles.
Okay, so Johnstown with the turnover now. The big turnover that they needed. We'll see if they can drive down the field, put some points on the board before the half. Dunlap in the flat to number 23, Dan Ruggieri, and again, Ruggieri cannot hold on it. That pass was right there, and there's no reason for that one to be dropped, as he probably heard some footsteps and took his eye off the ball.
Oh, he's a good receiver, one of Johnstown's top receivers. And you won't see him do that too often.
Dunlap again, he'll drop back to the left as he'll look to keep it himself. Still under heavy pressure, he's going to air this one out. Pass intended for number 40, Tom Ferrara, and the pass again will go incomplete. As Dunlap eluding the pressure, but unable to connect.
Nice play by Dunlap, nice pass. It was just a little bit high and out of his reach. Just able to get a hand on it. It's tough throwing on the run. He does a nice job of it. Of course, Brad Dunlap, we were calling his name last year as a wide receiver. Now he's the quarterback.
Dunlap is going to roll back. He's going to throw it out to Kuhn in the flat. Kuhn's going to be to the 40-yard line. He'll be short of the first down. That'll bring up a 4th down for the Sir Bills. And they're going to try to keep this drive alive here as they got to put some points on the board here with 3:20 on the clock, second quarter. No, they're going to bring on the punting unit.
At least we think they're going to punt.
Short snap, what's the short snap?
As a high snap, and it'll be punted away by Johnstown. The punt it'll be down at about the 6-yard line. And they're going to drive Gloversville deep with 2:50 on the clock here in the second quarter. Gloversville on top of Johnstown, 14-0.
I think they might have later in the game looked for a fake on that, or they might have gone for it. But with less than 3 minutes left in the half, they didn't want to give Gloversville the ball with good field position. So a smart play, and they pinned them deep, and 2:45 left in the first half.
1st and 10, they'll take over at the 7-yard line. It'll be handed off to Legat straight ahead as he'll just muscle his himself ahead for a 1st down. As Legat just breaking tackles, and he is a big boy, and he is tough to bring down as he keeps them legs moving. It's going to be marked just short of it. Gain of 9, it'll bring up a 2nd down and 1. Perez goes in motion to the right. It'll be handed off again to Leganis. He'll be tied up just as he gets to the line of scrimmage by number 72, Mark Van Valkenburg.
Now this will bring up a big play. Aaron is, it'll be a 2nd and a long 1. And if Gloversville doesn't make it, Johnstown's going to get the ball back in good field position with probably a minute to go in the first half. So a real big important 1st down here for Gloversville to get.
3rd and a long 1 for Gloversville. A little confusion there on the Gloversville offense, and they're going to call a timeout. 1:33 on the clock, and they're going to regroup here.
Aaron, as we were reminiscing there earlier in the pregame show, there's one little bit of reminiscing that I forgot to mention, and that's the chain crew in the past. There was a long history of Anthony Greco from Johnstown, the former mayor, and Saxy Marshall from Gloversville. And they always were working the chains. That was one of the traditions of the Johnstown-Gloversville game. And I guess, I don't know how many years ago, a long time ago, I guess there was a little scuffle between those two and on the sidelines.
Rivalry with the chains.
But, of course, Saxy's gone now. God bless his soul. But what a couple personalities they were.
Okay, as we get ready to come back to action, 1:33 on the clock, second quarter here at Husky Field in Gloversville. Gloversville on top of the Sir Bills, 14-0. A 3rd and a long 1 here for Gloversville as Vaughn is going to take it on the quarterback keep. And we'll see where they're going to spot the ball.
It's going to be close there. I think they're spotting it.
Yep, they're giving them the spot. It'll be for the 1st down.
1 minute, 28 seconds remaining in the first half of play.
Well, we'll see now if they try to advance anymore, or if they, well, they're passing.
There it is.
Passing as they're going to air it out to Perez. The ball will be tipped away. Good defensive play by Johnstown. Broken up by number 86. And that's Mark Wilson.
Well, I'll tell you, that tip by Mark Wilson, if it wasn't for that, we would have just seen a 82-yard touchdown pass, because if he hadn't touched that, it was gone.
2nd down and 10 for the Huskies of Gloversville.
I guess that answered that question, whether they were going to sit on it or not.
I'm sure they won't. They want to put the points on the board. This hand straight up the middle to Lagan, and a good defensive stop by Johnstown. They keyed in on him that time, and they'll wrap him up for a short loss.
Third down.
Is Johnstown's going to call a timeout this time. It'll be 3rd and 10. Johnstown stopping the clock in hopes of getting the ball back. As both coaches are on, and we'll find out what Gloversville. I'm sure you got to keep in mind that Perez is the man they'll look to go deep.
First, on the Johnstown sidelines, there's another tradition over there. I see a couple bare legs sticking out of the pair of shorts. Well, it's 14-0. It's been a real offensive first half, Aaron. There's both teams able to move the ball. Gloversville finishing off 2 nice drives, and Johnstown had 2-3 nice drives and just made mistakes on the end of it, and that's kept them out of the end zone. It's been a real competitive first half. Just what Johnstown Gloversville football is supposed to do.
Always tough matchups as we get ready to come back to play here. 3rd and 10 for Gloversville. Perez will go in motion to the right. Vaughn's going to roll out. He's going to keep it as he'll be tied up short of a first down. As Johnstown again is going to call for another timeout. As it's 4th down and about 5 for Gloversville. And I'm sure they're going to get rid of the ball. They don't want to be losing downs here.
Big defensive play there by Johnstown. I think Gloversville, I think Vaughn might have been more inclined to keep the ball just to avoid any mistakes deep in their own territory. A mistake down that deep around the 20-yard line could really turn the game around for Johnstown, so I'm sure he didn't want to risk any mistakes at this point in the first half. There's 43 seconds left, and he just did something safe, tried to look for a hole. There was a little hole there, got a 5-yard gain, but nothing fancy and real conservative. Right now he's, I'm sure, going to try to boot it away and pin Johnstown back as far as they can.
LeGan will punt it away for Gloversville. Coons and Della are back for Johnstown. LeGan will get the kickoff. It'll be a short kick as he'll get a good bounce and a good roll as it'll roll out of bounds. And we'll wait for the spot. Spotted at about the 45 of Johnstown is 35 seconds on the clock.
Well, it wasn't a good kick, but it was an effective kick.
Got a good roll out of that.
It was, he got a nice roll, and there was no return. The ball got out of bounds. I'm sure Johnstown's going to be testing the airways.
Sure, Johnstown looking to put some points on the board before the half here. 35 seconds. Dunlap out in the flats to Ruggieri. Ruggieri will be taken down at about the 48-yard line.
Okay, good play to keep the receiver in bounds on that, keep the clock running.
Straight drop back. He's going to air this one out deep as it'll be intercepted by Perez, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at about the 15-yard line with 10 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter.
Well, I'm sure with less than 20 seconds left, Gloversville knew the only chance was to go long. They were playing it deep, and
they were in the prevent, and they weren't allowing to get behind them. As we can see the Johnstown Sir Bill's marching band ready to come on the field for the halftime.
I think we're going to see them just run the clock out and go into the locker room up by 14.
Vaughn checking the defense out, and he will sit on it. as that will wind the clock down to the half at Husky Field in Gloversville. Gloversville will take it into the locker room. 14-0 over the Johnstown Sturbills.
Well, I'm sure Gloversville's happy with the first half. They're up by 14. They've got a shutout going. And Johnstown can't be too unhappy with it. They're still within striking range. It's not a runaway first half. And I'm sure they're going to make some adjustments. And if they can hold on to the ball in the second half, I'm sure it's going to be a real competitive second half. And I think right now, maybe we'll just let the cheerleaders and the band take over and have a little halftime entertainment. And we'll come back with second half action.
Nothing after one half of play. Giuliano will be kicking off for Gloversville. Coons and Abdel are back to receive for Johnstown. Good first half for both teams. Both teams really able to move the ball, but Gloversville coming off a little bit better with the finishing of the drives, as Coons is taking it around to the right side as he ran farther sideways and he went forward, as he'll be tied up at about the 35-yard line.
Number 74, Mike Robb.
Yeah, he's looking for something to develop there. Nothing really developed. He ended up maybe getting a 5 or 6 yard return, and Johnstown will have Fairfield position on the 34-yard line.
Just shy of the 35. It'll be first and 10 for Johnstown, looking to get some points on the board here early in the second half. Ball will be pitched back to number 81 of Johnstown, Gerald Austin, as he'll take it around the left side. Gain of about 4 on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Sturbills, as the officials are going to stop the clock. We have an equipment timeout.
Official timeout on the field. Equipment.
Oh, okay, I see it down. I wondered how you knew it was equipment.
Coaches there, looks like Bob Gould working on Landrio.
All right.
Come on, line them up. We'd like to remind everybody at the conclusion of this game to please drive carefully on your way home.
This Johnstown-Gloversville game just caps off a week of action of Johnstown-Gloversville, and started last Sunday with the Powder Puff game, which Gloversville was victorious. And we have word that the JV game was played yesterday, and Gloversville also victorious in that, 38-6.
So Gloversville looking for a sweep of action here, as Dunlap will take it. He'll fake the counter under heavy pressure, as Dunlap will be hit for a long sack, and a flag will fly on the play, as there'll be a face mask call as they brought down Dunlap, but officials will say he did it with the face mask, and a big penalty here against Gloversville.
That's going to be a huge turnaround here.
Yep.
That was a big defensive play by Gloversville, and it'll be nullified by the face mask. So it ends up a 15-yard sack and a 15-yard penalty, and they're right back to the same place.
So that'll be, again, just like playing the down over. Ward will go in motion for the Sir Bills. Ball will be thrown out to Abdallah, but he cannot hold on to it as it'll go incomplete. Johnstown having several opportunities as the ball's been there. They just haven't been able to hold on here in the cold weather.
Well, that must have something to do with it. It's uncharacteristic of Johnstown to be dropping the ball like they have been. Usually a sure-handed bunch of receivers. But there's just the fact that it's the Johnstown-Gloversville game, there's got to be still some jitters and butterflies there. Plus it's got to be pretty cold there on the field.
This time Abdallah will go in motion left. Dunlap will take it, and they'll throw it across the middle. Pass intended for number 33, Ward, and it'll fall incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th down for Johnstown.
Well, that was another low pass, but I think he could have handled it. But fell to the ground again.
Johnstown will punt this one away. High snap. The punt will be kicked off. It'll be a fair catch by Flynn, taken at the 33-yard line of Gloversville.
Well, there's a name we haven't heard a lot from tonight. Flynn, one of the top receivers. You might see him a little bit more in the second half.
So Gloversville will take over for their first possession of the second half. 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. We have 3 wideouts to the right. Vaughn will drop back. He'll look to that side. He'll throw it in the flats. Pass caught by number 10, Rich Oathout, as he fights his way close to that 1st down marker. Oathout with some good second effort there.
Real good effort, yes, and it will be a 1st down. And I'm sure it's a 1st down. That's from the way we see it here. The ball is, the nose is sitting right on the 44-yard line. He had to get just over the 43, and they are signaling.
They're going to give it to him. As it'll be 1st and 10 again for Gloversville Huskies. Hand off to Lagan, straight up the middle, and they'll tie him up right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like number 52, Howard Smith of Johnstown, making the stop on Lagan.
Well, once again, we can hear in the background Dave Berger doing a great job on the PA system. The voice of Gloversville Athletics.
2nd 10 for Gloversville, as they'll fake the handoff. The ball thrown out to Lagan. Lagan on his feet. He'll bust it loose straight ahead as he'll cross into Serville territory. Nice handoff, fake handoff to Giuliano. Lagan, nobody on him, and he's picked up some big yardage for the Huskies.
Well, I got to confess, I'm standing here with a camera in my hand. These quarterbacks on both teams have made some nice fakes tonight.
They've fooled the defense.
I guess you know what happened on the last play to the cameraman.
Again, Vaughn drop, looks to right, ball's thrown incomplete. Pass intended for number 10, Rich Oathout.
Seems like after the cameraman gets faked out each time, it's a big play, indicative of how good of a fake it really was.
9:12 on the clock, 3rd quarter, 14-0, Gloversville on top. Vaughn will hand off to Lagan, big hole up the middle, as he'll be tripped up by number 11, Hans Litz. Another big gain for Ligon. Gain of about 7. That'll be 3rd down and 3 for Gloversville. Big defensive stand here for Johnstown. Looking to stop this Husky offense again till Ligon straight up the middle, and he'll be tied up short of the 1st down this time. That'll bring up a 4th down for the Huskies.
Howard Smith, 4th down, Huskies.
Well, I'll tell you, this is a big play, Aaron. Not that a touchdown here or a score here would break Johnstown's back, but it is into the 2nd half, and it's getting late. They haven't scored yet.
It's 4th down and a long one for Gloversville. Sure, they'll be keying in on Vaughn. Last time, again, he kept it across the middle. They're going to put Ligon out, wide out left, all alone. Put Landrio in motion. And that's exactly what it's going to be. As he'll be marked down, and it's going to be close, depending on the mark, where they're going to spot this ball. As they didn't fool Johnstown this time, and they're going to measure it as the officials will stop the clock and call for a measurement.
From here, it looks like he might be a little short.
If they marked it true, it looked like he would come up short. He reached the ball across afterwards, but he was down.
It's going to be real close, but I think he's going to be about a half a football short.
And he is short, about football length short, as Johnstown comes up with a big defensive stand with 7:53 on the clock in the 3rd quarter.
Well, it was a big play by Johnstown because they couldn't afford another score here. Just the fact they haven't scored themselves would put them in a pretty precarious position, down 3 scores.
So Dunlap looking to get this Serbill offense on the move as he'll throw this one across the middle. The ball is tipped and incomplete as Ligon almost comes up with the interception. Good play by number 23, Dan Ruggieri from Johnstown, keeping that ball from being intercepted. As the officials again will stop the clock. As it looks like number 64, Tim Pedrick, is limping off the field. Finds himself in a little pain, got tied up there on the line.
He must be a good player. They sent 2 guys in to replace him. Okay, there goes the other one.
Okay, 2nd down and 10 for the Serbills.
Chad's got flats. All right, Tabby's got flats. Stay wide, 49. Stay wide.
Dunlap looks to the right as he'll throw across the middle. Pass is caught by number 23 and Dan Ruggieri. Good enough for the 1st down. Nice pass by Dunlap across the middle. As they'll move the chains. And Johnstown again trying to put their drive together here. Is looking to put some points on the board. 7:26 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. After a big defensive stand by Johnstown.
Sometimes a big defensive play or stand will charge up the offense.
Dunlap again find himself in trouble. He's going to scramble loose. The ball will be thrown to Ruggieri, and it'll be incomplete. As Giuliano hits him just as the ball gets there, knocking it loose. That'll bring up a 2nd down for the Serbills.
Well, good crowd here tonight, Aaron, considering the cold weather. The stands are completely filled, and the crowd goes right around the end zone there.
Dunlap fakes the handoff across the middle to Coons. Coons makes the catch as he'll be tied up for a gain of about 5.
Okay, big 3rd down play here, Aaron.
Johnstown find themselves having a lot of big 3rd down plays here, and they've come up with a bunch of them so far.
Well, we're almost halfway through the third quarter. They're yet to score, and it's getting late. They really need to convert this one.
Abdel in motion to the left. Dunlap will roll. He'll look across the middle. Ball will be thrown and caught by number 86, Mark Wilson, with the catch across the middle. And that middle looks to be a little vulnerable for this Husky defense as they're making crossing patterns across that middle, and Dunlap hitting the mark as he's putting the ball right on the money.
Well, the chains are moving. The drive is still intact, and it's been a real nice drive so far for Johnstown. It seems like we've been saying that all night. And then they just come up short right at the end.
Again, Abdel in motion left. Dunlap looking back for the pass. He'll find himself in trouble. He'll lay it out for Ruggieri. Ruggieri will make the catch as he'll dive ahead for a short gain.
Good pass, but a good defensive play. You gotta give them the short ones like that. Just a 2-3 yard gains.
Gain of about 2 on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and 8 for the Sir Bills.
Looks as if Johnstown is just about abandoned the running game now in the second half.
Dunlap again, straight back. He's going to roll out to the left this time. He'll find himself in trouble, and he's going to be taken down for a sack. As he rolled out to the left, and that's the way the block was going. He kind of rolled right into the defense that time. Because again, the Johnstown Sir Bills drive looks like it's going to come to a halt here again as they run the move in a big play by the Gloversville defense.
Counter play pass, counter play pass.
Well, it's a 3rd and long. It's 22 yards. And this would probably be the biggest 3rd down play so far of the game for Johnstown.
4:40 on the clock, 3rd quarter. Ward will go in motion. The screen is there. They'll lay it out. Good job. Who made the catch? It's number 12, Abdel, as he went high in the air to make the catch, and he was leveled.
Aaron Lagan. And that has to be the play of the game right there. They're in a big 3rd down play. That's definitely the play of the game.
He's on a project! He's on the ground!
As there's a whistle on the field, and they'll stop the clock. There's a flag down. The officials waving the clock down. There's a little confusion on the Johnstown team.
Number 40 was over on the sideline dancing around. I'm not sure if he knew where he was or what was going on, but they are calling an illegal procedure, and it's going to cost 5 yards. Officials are going to unsort this, talking with the Gloversville captain.
Get out there, offense! Come on, baby!
Okay, and it's an illegal procedure. It's declined.
They don't get a chance to kick the ball.
Okay, now what happened? We heard the Gloversville coaching staff over here yelling. The punter touched his knee down, and in high school, once you touch your knee down, you're down. So they declined the penalty, and they took the ball right where it was down.
Big mistake by the Johnstown Sir Bills, and now their backs are definitely against the wall here as it's 1st and 10 for the Gloversville Huskies at the Johnstown 32-yard line. Vaughn takes it, fakes the handoff. He'll throw it out to Lagan. Lagan with a nice catch as he's going to split the defender straight up the middle as he'll be dropped at about the 3-yard line. Lagan with a big catch and bringing it down the field as he'll be tackled at the 3.
This could be the backbreaker that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Huskies get the ball in here, and it's going to be a tough order now. As time's winding down in the 3rd quarter, there's a little over 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and Huskies knocking on the door again.
Tubby's got to reach him, baby. Tubby, reach him.
Vaughn with a fake, and he's going to try to keep it himself. Tries to pitch it out, and the ball is loose. And it'll be Johnstown football. Johnstown on the turnover. That's just, I don't know what Vaughn was thinking of it when he saw his man open and tried to pitch it to him, but to no avail.
Well, it's one of those plays where if he did pitch it out and the guy took it in the end zone, he would have been a hero for getting rid of it. But I think it was pretty ill-advised for him to try that. There's 3 guys holding on to him, and there wasn't much chance of him actually getting rid of the ball cleanly.
So after the big turnover, mistake by Johnstown, they come up with the big turnover with the ball at the 4-yard line, so they're deep in their own territory. Dunlap's going to hand it straight up the middle to number 81. Number 81 is Gerald Austin of the Johnstown Serbills, and he gets hit right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Serbills.
Well, at this point, I think Johnstown's going to have to try throwing the ball, even though they're deep in their own territory. The run hasn't worked this second half, and they haven't even really tried it. Gloversville's adjusted to that counter.
Dunlap rolling to the right. He's going to air this out to number 33 in Ward. He'll make the catch. Big play by Johnstown as he'll be taken out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. That time they went to the motion man as he was left alone, and Ward able to make the catch.
A run out of bounds by number 24.
Well, that was a real big play. There's 2 minutes left now in the 3rd quarter. Johnstown dodged the bullet, and it's still a tall order. They're down by 14, but now at least they've still got a chance.
Dunlap again back for the pass. He'll look the field over. He'll air this one out across the middle. Pass will be caught. Taken downfield into Husky territory. Reception made by number 88. No, I can get the number 86. 86, Mark Wilson with the catch for the Serbills as he got behind the Husky defense. As again, they're on the move. Husky offense has really moved the ball well tonight, Bill, and each time down, they've kind of stalled and made a mistake on their own, and it's cost them. But this time, they started at the 4, and they're into Husky territory. A couple big passes by Dunlap. Dunlap again back. He's going to air this one out deep, but again, pass for Wilson as the ball will be incomplete.
That was one of those timing patterns, and either he threw it too high or too short, because the Gloversville defender got back and covered that well.
Well, they're not. It's going to be tough to get in behind Perez. Perez has got a lot of speed, and he can make up for a mistake. And fortunately for Johnstown, that one went incomplete. That's a 2nd down now and 10 for Johnstown. 1:15 on the clock here. 3rd quarter action. Abdullah goes in motion left. Dunlap again drops back for the pass. Under heavy pressure, he's going to roll out to the right this time. He'll air this one out across the middle. Pass will be caught by Johnstown. It looks like number 80, Fred Wilson of Johnstown with the catch. Dunlap really is the key to that, as he gets scrambled around in the backfield, eluding the pressure, and is able to keep the ball in the air, and the Johnstown Serbills on the move.
Well, you hit it right on the button. Dunlap's really been the key to this drive. He's eluded the tackles, and boy, those passes have been right there. He's picking out those receivers like a very experienced quarterback.
Dunlap's going to hand it this time on the counter play, and Gloversville will read it. They'll come up nothing, and a good call by Johnstown, as they needed to keep the Huskies honest. Abdullah with the carry. He'll be hit for a loss of 1.
30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. This time is really winding down here. Probably get one more play off.
Second down and 11 for the Sir Bills. Abdella motion left. Dunlap dropping straight back. He'll air this one out to Ruggieri. Ruggieri with a nice time pass.
The ball's...
He'll be called down as the ball was knocked loose, but they'll say he was down.
It looked like the ref was looking at the ball like it was loose, but he was called down, and that will be the last play of the third quarter.
Okay, as time runs out here, Husky Field in Gloversville. So Gloversville still on top of the Johnstown Sir Bills, 14-0, and we'll be back for fourth quarter action here in the final period of the Gloversville-Johnstown 70th anniversary.
12 minutes of exciting football left in the 70th renewal of the classic Gloversville-Johnstown game.
Third down about 5 for Johnstown. Dunlap rolling back. He's under heavy pressure. He's going to roll out to the right. He's going to try to elude the tackles, and again, he'll throw this one pass intended for number 23 of Johnstown, Dan Ruggieri. Again, heavy pressure by the Gloversville defense. Dunlap again with the scramble, able to run himself loose and wisely throwing that one incomplete. It'll be fourth down and 5 for the Sir Bills. Big series here for both squads. Johnstown looking to put some points on the board. 11:48, fourth quarter.
Well, we'll see what happens here. This has been self-destruct time for Johnstown right about in this area, so we'll see if they can correct that.
Abdella in motion to the left. They'll fake the handoff. Throw across the middle, be intercepted by Gloversville. Andrea with the interception, and he'll be taken down at the 11-yard line. Dunlap tries to feed it in the middle again, and Landreau with good defensive position comes up with a big interception.
What did we say about self-destruct time?
Yep. Again, anytime Johnstown getting inside that 20, they find themselves with a big turnover and kind of beating themselves so far. Can't take nothing away from the Gloversville defense, though. They've played hard. McGowan will take it straight ahead. Short gain. Gloversville's looking to wind some time off the clock. Pick up about 2 for Gloversville. Going to bring up a second down and 8. 11-minute mark here in the fourth quarter.
Now what Gloversville would welcome here is a long time-consuming drive.
Johnstown needing to get the ball back in a hurry. As Vaughn's going to make it keep it. The flag will fly. Vaughn taking it up the side. Cuts back, still on his feet. One more man to beat. As he'll get knocked down at about the 50-yard line, but we have a flag deep.
I think this is going to be the second play of the night. The big play that's going to be...
It'll be a holding call against Gloversville, and they'll bring it all back. A nice run by Vaughn, though, as he broke a couple of tackles. But to no avail again, as they'll bring it all back. And
well, some of the most memorable plays tonight didn't actually count, but they were still exciting.
Last Gloversville game we saw Perez go for a long touchdown pass from Vaughn, and they brought that back because of a hold. It was about an 82-yard touchdown play.
Well, we've seen the pass to Lagan for the touchdown nullified. The nice run just now by Vaughn, and also that sack by the Gloversville defense was nullified.
So it's second down now. Ball spotted at the 5-yard line of Gloversville. Perez will go in motion. Vaughn taking the snap. He'll roll out to that side as he'll be almost knocked off his feet. Good balance as he'll take it straight ahead. He'll go back to the original line of scrimmage. Tim Pedrick almost coming up with a big play there, but Vaughn just able to elude him. It'll be 3rd and 10 now for Gloversville.
Just about at the 10-minute mark in the fourth quarter. 10 minutes left in the game. 3rd and 10. Now they have at least a little bit of operating room. The backs aren't quite to the wall, but the ball is on the 12 and a half yard line. They still want to avoid mistakes here.
They're going to fake the handoff. A heavy pressure inside, under pressure, and he's going to throw it away. Vaughn had to throw that away as he was under heavy pressure from number 81, Gerald Austin, and he just let that one go, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 10 for Gloversville. So Johnstown defense coming on strong again as they were able to hold the Husky offense intact, and they should come away with some good field position.
All night, the Gloversville team has been on the verge of breaking it open, but they just haven't been able to put it away.
Lagan back to kick. Lagan wearing number 34, and that's Ball is loose, and it'll be covered up by Gloversville. Number 12, Bob Abdallah, making the catch as he will lose the ball, and the Huskies will recover. Another costly mistake by the Johnstown Sir Pills, as they just can't seem to keep the handle on the football tonight. Ball handed off to Lagan, straight up the middle. Lagan will be tied up at the 40-yard line. We were saying earlier, I started to say about Lagan, is he's wearing number 34 tonight. And kind of memory, Bob McAleese was injured, and he's not playing tonight. So in honor of him, he was wearing his number 34, and a nice gesture by Lagan. Lagan really having a nice game tonight. He's found several big gains up the middle. 2nd down and 6 for Gloversville. As again, this time the fake handoff to Lagan, and he'll be tied up in the backfield by Mike Strait of Johnstown.
Number 31, Mike Strait.
Vaughn had given that ball up that time, and he kept it, and it didn't fool Strait at all as he wrapped him up for the loss. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 12 now for Gloversville. Again, a big 3rd down for both teams. Johnstown running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. Landry will go in motion to the left. Perez will pitch to Perez. Vaughn to Perez. Perez still on his feet. He could break this one loose as he'll be taken down at the 45-yard line, short of the 1st down. And it'll be decision time here for Gloversville.
I see what you're saying there, Aaron, about Perez. He's a real quick runner. He made something out of nothing, but just fell a little bit short, and Gloversville's going to be wise here to punt the ball away. I know it's a 4th and 1.5, and you'd like to see him go for it, but there's 7.5 minutes left. They want to pin Johnstown back.
Lagan with the kick. Short kick off the side of the foot as the ball will get another good roll for Gloversville as it'll roll out of bounds at the 25-yard line, where Johnstown will take over with 7:18 on the clock here in the 4th quarter. Gloversville on top, 14-0 over the Johnstown Sir Bills.
Well, so far we've got 14 points being scored, all by Gloversville. You would think that this looks like a real defensive game, but it's been anything but. There's been a lot of offense, and I think this will have to go down in history as maybe the game of missed opportunities.
Definitely, Johnstown having several opportunities, and like you said, coming up short on them. As across the middle, Dunlap will complete the pass to number 86, Mark Wilson. As this is probably going to be the attack for Johnstown. They need to put the ball in the air and try to come up with some points in a hurry.
I don't think you're going to see any runs here from here on out. It's going to be all in the air for Johnstown.
Ward goes in motion. Dunlap takes a deep drop. He'll fake as he'll find himself in trouble again as he'll look to cut to the outside. There's a flag down on the field as he'll be driven out of bounds. Hit about the against Johnstown. So again, after a nice big run by Dunlap, they'll bring it back.
Real nice run by Dunlap. He eluded quite a few Gloversville defenders, but once again, the penalty and the big mistake there, and it hurts Johnstown.
Looked like we were going to have a high-scoring game here. Gloversville coming out, putting the points on the board early, and Johnstown making a couple of nice drives, but the Deet's been in the game of defense and turnovers.
Oh, we could have had a 35-28 game here if everybody cashed in on all their opportunities.
As we get a timeout on the field, Johnstown calling timeout, and with that, with 6:35 on the clock, we'll take a timeout and be back for the final 6:35 here in the fourth quarter from Husky Field in Gloversville. Okay, as we come back for the final 6:35 here at Husky Field in Gloversville. Gloversville on top 14-0. Second and long here for Johnstown. We got a new quarterback in the game. As the pass thrown out in the flats to John Coons, incomplete, as Hans Litz is in the game for Johnstown. You wonder what their decision is there, Bill. Dunlap really doing a fine job. Unless he got hurt here when they drove him out of bounds here. We really didn't see him get up and hobble or anything, but...
Tommy, wait a minute! Run him down!
Hans is going to roll out to the left, and he'll be taken down for a deep loss, and that's about going to do it for Johnstown, as they're really pinned back deep in their own territory. 6-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. That'll bring on the punter.
That's a great call! Great call, Jack!
Coon will punt it away, as he'll get a good roll out of it, as it's still rolling out around midfield. And it'll be down at the Johnstown 47-yard line, where Gloversville will take over with 5:46 on the clock. Really didn't see Dunlap go off the field. He must have went off hurt, because here he comes on now for the defense. He comes limping on a little bit, so he must have gone off hurt. Yeah. You know, he's favoring that ankle, so he must have gone off with an injury. As the handoff to Lagan. Lagan taking it straight up the middle, and he just bowls his way ahead to the 40-yard line. And Gloversville is just going to put the power game intact.
Stop by number 56.
Dunlap went off. I think the Johnstown Bolts also lost. The quarterback that they put in didn't seem to have that experience. Didn't look like he was ready to run the offense. Dunlap doing an excellent job up to that.
Second down and about 3 for Gloversville. Vaughn's going to do it on the keeper, taking ahead for the first down. And they'll move the chains. Bill, if we can get you a shot, we got a group of 3 guys down about the 30-yard line. A tandem that we've been viewing most of the summer. And we'll give a little credit here to Coach Robinson of the Old Cities Colonials, Tom McGivern, president, and an old retired one, Sonny Dwyer. Okay, as we come back to action, pitch back to Lagan. Lagan around the right side, as he'll be taken down after a gain of about 2 on it. Hope everybody joined us for our coverage over the summer with the Colonials.
I gotta say, that is quite a crew down there. Of course, Coach Robinson doing an excellent job with the Colonials. Tom McGivern doing a good job, and he helped us out quite a few times up in the...
Okay, second down and 8 for Gloversville. 4-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. And again, Vaughn with at the keepers. He's finding all kinds of room, pushing the ball ahead. As that'll bring up a 3rd and short for Gloversville, and nobody really keying in on Bone as he's taking them into the secondary without even getting touched.
Third down.
I don't know, how well can you sing, Ernie? I think the party's over.
You know, really, Johnstown's got to come away with a big miracle here to even get back into this. Gloversville still marching, hand off to Lagan. Lagan straight ahead, the ball is loose, and it'll be recovered by Johnstown. 3:18 on the clock. And that's kind of been the story of the game for both teams as both teams really. Lagan broke right into the secondary there, and the ball just kind of popped loose as I'm sure he wanted to head for the end zone. A little second effort there. It was a little bit too much.
And you didn't even get a miracle out of your mouth.
Unfortunately, they couldn't advance it, and they'll take over 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Dunlap now back in the game for Johnstown. He'll take it back. He's still favoring that ankle. He'll throw this one out to Abdella. Abdella will be hit shy of the 20-yard line.
Shot by Hayes and number 20, Tom Havell.
14 points down, 2.5 minutes to go. I think a few more miracles here.
Well, they need to get more than just 4 or 5 yards every play. They got to get some big pass plays going.
And they didn't stop the clock either.
Dunlap straight back, cross the middle. Pass will be dropped. Pass intended for number 33, Ward.
Jim Ward, incomplete. Third down.
Let's bring up a 3rd down and 7. Abdella goes in motion to the left. Dunlap will look that way. He'll throw to that side across the middle. Pass will be caught by number 23, Ruggieri. Ruggieri good enough for a 1st down. As we're at the 2:10 mark here in the 4th quarter.
Dan Ruggieri on the reception.
Jerry comes up limping. He'll go off to the sideline.
One big factor, and it still wasn't an out-of-bounds play. The clock is still running. It's down to 2 minutes left.
Ward in motion to the right. Dunlap again back out. He'll throw this one across the middle to Abdella. And he'll be taken down right away again. Gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. Nope.
1 minute, 30 seconds remaining.
Nice drive,
Gloversville, Huskies 14.
They need 2 of them.
Johnstown, 0.
Type of strategy to get 2 touchdowns.
Abdella with the motion to the left. Dunlap will drop back again. He'll go across the middle to Ruggieri. The ball's tipped in. Will be called interception. Nice interception by Jose Perez with the interception, and a nice one at that. Well, he stretched right out for that one, just picked it right off the turf.
Just over a minute left now. Gloversville, all we have to do is run the clock out.
Johnstown playing a fine game, but mistakes, turnovers really just cost them. And Gloversville looks like they're going to come away with this one as we're under a minute to go. Hand off to Lagan, straight up the middle. They'll tie him up. 30-second mark, as you can hear the announcer and the crowd giving a cheer for Gloversville. It's a fine performance by the Huskies. After a big start in the game, both teams' defenses come alive, and turnover is the name of the game. Ball again, hand up the middle to Lagan. Lagan still on his feet as he'll muscle ahead for a gain of another 3. And that will do it, as the game will end as the Gloversville Huskies over the Johnstown Sir Bills, 14-0. Game by both ball clubs, and I'm sure the cold weather and whatnot had to play, because there was a lot of mishandled balls. Both teams really some blown opportunities.
Well, it was a sloppy game, but it was an exciting game. As you said, there was a lot of opportunities that were missed. Both teams played well. They both offenses really racked up a lot of yards. And it was just unfortunate that there were a lot of mistakes in the game. But congratulations go out to Coach Bob Gould and the Gloversville team. They really capped off a good season, probably a better season than they expected. And it breaks a 3-game Johnstown winning streak now. As we see the Gloversville team huddling together and getting their congratulations out there.
A nice crowd on hand for tonight's game. We hope everybody drives safely and enjoy this game, which, like you said, was a lot of excitement for both teams. As we're getting a trophy presentation down on the field.
Who would, personally, who would you pick for the MVP of the game?
Well, I'd say for Gloversville, I'd have to give it to Lagan. Played a fine game offensively and defensively. For Johnstown, I'd have to go with Dunlap. Dunlap had a great game. And
well, he definitely showed a lot of poise there, and under a lot of pressure lots of times, and scrambling, eluding the defenders, and boy, he picked out those receivers. Just unfortunate they made that many mistakes when it really counted. Gloversville, of course, capitalizing on a few early drives. It was 14-0 in the half, and like I said earlier, it looks like a defensive game, but it wasn't. It was a lot of offense and a lot of excitement in that game, and it'll be a game that I'll remember for a long time, and I'm sure it'll be talked about for a long time.
As both teams now will walk off the field, Johnstown a little dejected, Gloversville ecstatic after a great game. Gloversville coming away with a sweep, as we said, they won the powder puff, the JV game, and now the varsity squad coming away victorious.
Well, Johnstown marching back to the bus, like you said, they're a little dejected, and I guess they probably should be. They had it within their grasp, and they just, each time they got down there, it was just those costly mistakes. And still, they did play a good game. And Gloversville was just a little bit better tonight. I guess the Gloversville made a few less mistakes to cap it off, I guess we could say.
Okay, well, Bill, I want to say it's been a pleasure getting back together with you here, and we hope you enjoyed the coverage here from Husky Field in Gloversville, as one more time, the Gloversville Huskies over the Johnstown Sir Bills, 14-0. This is WGLV Sports. My name is Aaron Mraz with Bill Bellinger, and join us next week as we continue high school coverage of sports, as we will be entering our basketball season shortly. And we'll be playing the games over WGLV on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock. So stay tuned for more action from high school sports.